Well, hello, everyone. It has been a long time. So, my name is Shamila Green with the Empowerment Firm, and we have a visitor today, but she is no stranger to the Empowerment Firm. You have seen her a few times, but this is Lindsay Kinslow. And we're just going to get right into it. It's been a while, but we have some updates and we have some good news, and we want everybody to get informed and participate. So get started right away. So first, before we get into that reset, Lindsay, give us a really brief rundown of who you are for the people that don't remember or just new here.
Yeah, so real briefly, I'm Lindsay Kinslow. I am an Army veteran. I founded the Vet Reset Foundation based off of my own personal experiences and, the experiences of veterans before me and after me.
Awesome. So that went into my first question about why were you inspired? So we're going to go to the second question. What are some of the biggest challenges women veterans are facing right now that people may not fully understand?
Um, so I think that one of the biggest challenges that we face are, just being seen in our own society. And I feel like this is a generational issue when it comes to women veterans because we often aren't viewed as a veteran. And because of
Right.
that, yeah, and because of that, a lot of our, disabilities or issues that we might face, we are quiet about because we are, trying to determine or just trying to figure out where we can actually go to talk about these issues
Mhm.
if we aren't, viewed by society as, a veteran.
I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit because you are what of the millennial era or the late Gen X. So I, in my experience, you've seen the later, the ones that were before our generation, just not being identified at all. You didn't even know they existed until now that people are making movies, spotlighting, bringing them in and having these conversations. And then you get to the Gen X, which is my era, and the millennials, and they're doing a lot more because that generation was able to be more in some of these special forces and do a lot more, and they were in the spotlight. Um, and I don't know too much about the younger generations after this on how they are making their presence known in that space. So, what have you seen that is good and what needs to be changed?
Yes, so we are doing a better job, right? But we still have a
Yeah.
long way to go. So one thing that I can say is, when we speak on like the VA, right? So the VA is, providing a little bit more support tailored
Mhm.
to, women veterans, which helps. Not all
Mhm.
VAs do this, right?
That's true.
So yeah, so I know that when I go to the Women's Health Center, clinic, whatever they call it at the VA, you know, when I go there, I feel different than when I go to one that's, for everyone, especially
Right.
if, the issues that, just women in general that we go through
Mm-hmm.
having to, talk about this in the open and around,
Mm-hmm.
men and, just it's just a different vibe. So I feel like, that is headed in the right direction.
Right.
We still have a ways to go as far as rolling that out into other areas of the VA because not all clinics have this.
It's very
So
true.
yeah, so I think that is one area that it is becoming stronger, but still needs a little bit of work.
I get
But I
that.
will say, and also like we go through an identity conflict as it is
Mhm.
in the military. And then as a woman veteran, it's even I feel I'm not a, I can't speak on the men, but I
Yeah.
feel, it could be a little bit more prevalent going through that transition as a woman, where we need a little bit more support
Right, right.
when going through that transition period.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's been a few years, but here in Texas, I was invited to um, sit down. It was a few women vets there, and I was there and just sitting and listening because it was like a senator that was focused on veteran issues, but specifically women veteran issues. And the things that came up, I just never thought that that was even possible. Like the main VAs that I've been to, the one that I got my surgery and I had a foot surgery, or two surgeries, was in Arizona, and now I'm here in Texas. So those are bigger VAs, and through those conversations that the women were having, they literally were sharing gynecological tools with other VA clinics. They would get them clean. So the hold up for some of these women to get their appointments was the tools had to be cleaned and shipped over to another clinic. And I was like, so,
Mm.
and it's not full time. So the women's needs at most of these hospitals or clinics are not full-time people. So the doctors that care specifically for women were not full-time. And with me being at bigger clinics, I didn't even know that was a thing until I heard it. And I was
That
like,
is the thing.
wow, why that surprised me. But whoa, okay, we got off on a tangent because I listen and I just want to go
Yeah,
down that just pull that string because people need to know and they with knowing that's when you can create change. So next, what made this partnership with the empowerment firm feel like a good fit for Vet Reset? Okay, actually, let's back up the partnership that we're having, those of you that are on the empowerment side, you have seen these hoodies before. A lot of you have bought the hoodies. I've been on Fort Hood with the hoodies. I've been around Texas with the hoodies, and they've been sold anywhere from Georgia to Texas to Ohio. So you have seen these. And I was thinking just this week that I wanted to do something for Women's History Month. And it was funny because, as you all know, I have not been on social media lately. And I pulled up on Facebook, and Lindsay's beautiful face was on there talking about something totally different. And I was like, let me check and see what she's doing. And because I didn't even know that she started a nonprofit. So when I seen that, I reached out to her and was like, I would love to be able to sell my hoodies, but give you 20% of the proceeds to help in your cause. So with that being the summation of how we came to this point, um, what made this partnership feel like a good fit for Vet Reset?
So the brands overall, you know, definitely um it it aligns with, who we serve. So
Right, right.
who we help. So not veterans and families, but we also show the community how to
Right,
interact
right.
with veterans, right? So we show our allies how to actually interact and support us in the
Right.
community. So that's what your brand, the allies. So that's why, and supporting women veterans is very
Right.
important. And so I was like, wow, we can have a whole campaign just for
Yeah.
women veterans. I
Exactly.
was so excited.
It's funny how things come full circle. Like it's like we had some conversations before. You've been on the empowerment firm talking about vet benefits, and now everything has come full
Yeah.
circle. So I love those full circle moments. So next question: how will initiatives like this, where 20% of proceeds are donated, actually support the work that you're doing?
Yeah, so the proceeds will go towards supporting a woman, veteran or active duty service member go through our transition program, which is an 8-week program where we talk about the things that aren't talked about when you
Mm.
transition. This is not a
Yeah.
TAPS class, okay? We're not
Yeah.
talking about writing resumes and all of that in LinkedIn. We're just not, I mean, of course it's going to come up, but that's not the focus on it. So we focus on the mental health piece, the identity crisis, that shift, that the uncertainty. That's what we talk about during this 8-week transition program, and we also bring in the family on that process because the veteran is not the only one transitioning; the family is transitioning too, right? And so
Yeah.
there are important steps that have to take place in order for you to have a healthy transition.
Yeah,
And
that's
so that's
beautiful.
a lot of us transition, but it's not a, necessarily a healthy transition. So that's what our transition program is there to support veterans and families in that way.
That is so needed. I see so many people, women and men that in general just struggle. But when like you said, specifically honing in on the women, there's so many layers of this transition, and so many women, and especially those like you have those that have done maybe the I'm going to say the clerical and logistics work in the military, but you have women that have been gunners and
Yeah,
have been
yeah,
so these women out here having purple stars now. I mean, purple hearts. So
yeah,
and bronze stars. So you have women that are on the front line, and you need to be able to speak to those causes,
yeah,
and be able to bring them home to who they are. Like they're never going to be that person they were before they went in, but at the same time there is a new version of them that they can become that is outside the identity of the military.
correct. Yeah,
Taking those beautiful pieces that came out of that, because there of course there's a lot of key learnings and skills and all of that that have come out of that experience, but that experience is not who they are as a whole. And when you can pull them out and allow them to see who they are outside of that, it's a hard task, but that's a beautiful place to be in, or to be able to support somebody going through that. So
yes.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. And and hopefully we do have women that are going through this program. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we'll be able to put at least one fully paid
Yeah.
through your generosity of the empowerment firm. Those proceeds will go directly to support a woman transitioning, going through the transition process. And being in the area that I am in, the National Capital Region, the
Right.
DC area. I'm in between DC and Baltimore. There's like 8 or bases around here, installations.
Right.
So, and I'm right in the middle of, one of the premier ones, which is Fort Meade, I'm right
Hmm.
here.
Right,
And we have a lot of women veterans that are transitioning right now,
right.
like right now.
Yeah, and it's needed. And all your
Yeah.
work is definitely needed. So, with that, we I'm going to tell you guys to go if you want to support this work and buy a hoodie. I should have brought the other colors out. I meant to do that, but just go on the site, y'all. Just go on the
Go on the
site.
site.
Just go on. It is the empowerment firm .com/shop. I'm going to put it in this post so you can get it. You would use the code VetReset. With that code, it's going to track so I can know to send those proceeds from that sale to Lindsay and VetReset. So I'll have all that information within this post. So also with that, for the people that are watching, Lindsay, what is the best way to support VetReset right now besides, this campaign?
To donate. Yes, we are doing some phenomenal work in the community, and we need support. So that looks like in-kind donations. We need volunteers. So I need you know um targeted kind of strengths, so to speak, like admin.
Yeah.
That is a skill, right?
It
Everybody's
is a
like,
skill.
and
That is a skill.
so admin, having an admin, having someone to just, you know, do an Excel spreadsheet or something.
Right, right.
No, but for real. So every little bit helps move this emerging nonprofit forward. We are growing rapidly. And I just want to be able to have the infrastructure to support the growth. So
Right.
more importantly, are the people. So we do
Yeah.
need people to support this mission. So
Okay.
um and donations.
Of course. Ain't nothing wrong with asking for donations when you're doing
Yes,
good work. This
yes,
is a
and
nonprofit.
donations.
You're
Yes,
doing good work. Is
yeah.
there any events or anything coming up that you want support
Yeah.
in?
Yes, so we have a youth basketball classic.
Oh
So
yeah.
we do things different here. So instead of having like a gala and the auction, those type of fundraisers, we decided to have a basketball tournament where we bring the youth out, the veterans and families connect, and the community supports. So this is on April 18th, and it is going to be amazing. Um, yes, we have six middle school teams. Um,
Aw.
Yep, who will be competing. This is the first of its kind. So this is an inaugural event, but also I've done research and I haven't seen this done this way. So we would love to be the first to do it. I know we're the first to do it in my county and at least the state. But we would love to be the first to do it, right? Yep. So we have the community is coming out. We have, government agencies coming out to support. We have veteran organizations. We have veteran-owned businesses coming out. We got a food truck. We got ice cream truck.
Hey.
So we're gonna have a good time. And we have, of course, basketball is gonna be played all day long leading up to our championship game that starts at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I
Okay.
will be going live throughout the day on that page. So if you do follow the Vet Reset Foundation and you're not in the area, at least you will be able to see, what we have going on that day.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. I am
And
so
I
excited for you.
Yes, and I forgot, and these proceeds go towards the transition program. So,
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so the transition program is, that is our flagship program. So that is where our proceeds go. And we also have the Voices of Valor, which is our advocacy program. Like I said, we do things different. We all come together, veterans, supporters, allies, right? We all come
Mhm.
together to support veterans, and we in the community also gets to have an inside glimpse of what it's like to be a veteran. A lot of them
Yeah,
don't have, any insight on that. So they're in the rooms having the conversations. And you know how those conversations are when veterans
yeah.
get together. They're
Right,
real
right.
and they're raw
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's uncut. So
Right.
yes. And so I love that program. We actually grew that program over 50%
Oh,
um,
wow.
from one year to the next. So,
Oh, that's awesome. That's
yes.
awesome. You guys heard it. Go out and support these people need it. These the ladies. Well, specifically with the ally, I'm going to do the ladies, but you support all veterans, don't you?
We
You just don't
do.
support the ladies.
No, we support all veterans. Our focal point, honestly, is what we call the overlooked veteran, and that is the veteran who is out here working, going, has a family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, society thinks if you have a job, you're fine,
You
right?
okay?
And that's
Yeah.
not the case. And because of that, we tend to silence our own issues just to move forward. And it's really, unhealthy for us, and it's just detrimental to actually do that. So I'm bringing awareness
Yeah.
to, not just the community, but to the veterans. Like we
Yeah.
have to change this mindset. We have to, change the way that society views us, because we're all not, you know, poor and homeless like the society
Mm-hmm.
has labeled us to be.
Right. Right. Right.
Yes.
Well, you are doing good stuff. I'm excited to, partner with you in this campaign. I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm excited to, see where this partnership can go in the future. Excuse me.
Yes, and I
So with that,
really appreciate, you
me,
know, your platform, the empowerment firm, like you said before, we had a three-part series
yeah,
on veteran benefits, right? That was, what was like 4 years
yeah,
ago?
and I get a lot of people. Yeah, actually, oh my gosh, yeah, but it was about 4 years ago,
Yeah, and I
and I
still
got
point
good
people there.
feedback.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of good feedback. People wanted to hear more, and I don't know if you were able to connect with some of those people because I sent them your way.
Yeah, yeah. Some have, but that was a lot too. And back then, I didn't have, the vet reset. It was just me
Mhm.
showing up. So I didn't have, a staff to answer questions and catch emails. So
Right.
if you have a question now, we
She got
we're
you.
ready. Yeah, we're ready.
All right. With that being said, I say thank you for all of you guys. Reach out to Vet Reset. And before I go, where could they reach out to you at? What is your social medias? What's that information for
Yep.
them?
So as always, you can always follow me on my personals. I'm always talking about veterans on my personal social media, which is Lindsay Kinslow. And then the Vet Reset would be the Vet Reset Foundation. We are on Instagram. No, we are not on Instagram. Somebody asked, we are not. Somebody asked me, and I'm like, oh, no. We are on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. And we have a website. Our email is info at vetresetfoundation.org. I'll make sure that email is posted as well. And I personally am on all social media platforms, so you can find me, but I'm most active on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's wrap this up. It was good talking to y'all. We will be in touch, and you be in touch with us. You have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.